So, this is a dynamic active on stabilization. I'm not going to use gyro flow. I have the A7CR with 11 millimeter f1.8, and I'm just walking. I want to show a wide field of view, even the sky. It's been raining quite a bit this week. I love the cooler temperatures, and I'm not looking forward to when it gets hot and steamy. So, anyhow, this is 11 millimeter. I'm not going to deal with gyro flow. This is going to be a quick video, minute each, probably 2 minutes total. And I'm going to compare this, since this is an APS-C 11 millimeter f1.8, one of the top blogging lenses for Sony, is the 16 millimeter f1.8 full frame. And I'm going to have dynamic active also on here. And then you can compare the video, or the two different clips, of which one looks better. Okay, let's go to the 16 millimeter. Active stabilization, just the basic. So the reason why I put dynamic active is because since it's an APS-C crop lens, there's vignetting all the way around. And if you put on dynamic active, it takes away the vignetting. This one, I just have active stabilization, which I don't think there is a crop on this one. But look at the wide field of view. Does it look the same as 11 millimeter? So actually the 11 millimeter is kind of like a 17.5, maybe an 18. This is a 16 millimeter, but it should be wider. But what I am going to do is, on the next clip, I will put dynamic active, and that way you'll see is it looking the same. Just walking down the driveway, down the sidewalk, looking at the flowers, the grass growing. I'm gonna have to cut it again if it ever stops raining. So you see, very smooth, 16 millimeters, full frame. Now I'm going to put on dynamic active. Alright, this is f1.8, not program mode. And I have the 11 millimeter. It's an APS-C lens. I'm not going to use gyro pro. I'm going to use dynamic active stabilization. So you can see wide field of view. I got my arms stretched out. I have a tripod. You can see the wide field of view. And this is all at 1.8. It's going to be a quick video. And it's going to compete against the full frame 16 millimeter f1.8 with dynamic active on, and then I'll turn it off, and then you can first I'll have it turned off on the dynamic active, and then I'll turn it on. So let's now go to the 16 millimeter. I hope it's recording. I can't tell in the sun. Looks like there's frame around it. Okay. So now it's active, not dynamic active. Okay. So this should match the 11 millimeter. 16 millimeter f1.8 aperture priority mode, 4K 30. And it's the S, not the HS. So I'm just trying to show you with these different clips and so here you go. Dynamic active. Should be a little bit better stabilization. And I'm doing the same thing. So this should match the 11 millimeter right now, because there's a crop. It might be a little bit bigger. I might have had to put it on active instead of standard. But there's dynamic active. Still pretty good. It may be a little bit bigger, but now I'm going to put it on active. Just turn it down a notch. Okay, back at the 11 millimeter, and it's on active stabilization. In crop mode on the Sony E7CR. So I did 3 different stabilizations on the 16 millimeter. This is the first time in crop mode. So we'll see if this matches kind of like either active or dynamic active. And I'll stagger from this lens to 16 millimeter to 11 millimeter, 16 millimeter. And that way you get a pretty good view of how it performs. This is just standard stabilization. And in aperture priority mode. You see, you get a wide field of view, even in crop mode, okay? And I wanted to show this, compare, kind of like with stabilization, without stabilization, and then in crop mode. Even at 11 millimeter crop mode, it's excellent. So, you get a wider field of view. I disagree. Crop mode is good. You don't see any vignetting, and you still get a wide field of view, even just with just basic active stabilization. Okay. See how wide everything is? So in crop mode, I don't really think you need any more stable. It looks stable. It looks good. So anyway, we'll see. Bye. How much room it is behind between a full frame lens and a crop sensor lens. So you decide, let me know which one you like. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye folks, have a wonderful day.